All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the hot seat with OG Tony. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Jay McLovin, Justin Grubb, and OG Tony. How's it going, guys?
Going well, going well. Not
Yeah,
doing
it's
bad at
been
all.
it's been a good day so far. Been pretty productive. Can't complain, man. Talked about a little T-Pain. Do you know T-Pain was the first time, because I know we were going to talk a little rock and roll, Tony, so I thought this was kind of interesting. On the Whiskey Hour today, we talked about T-Pain versus another guy named Noah Khan, and Noah Khan's kind of more of an independent type guy. But well, I thought it was interesting. I've always known T-Pain as special effects, rap, using a lot of auto-tune, special, stuff like that. And this is the first time I've ever heard T-Pain in a coffee shop looking environment with just an organist and him singing. That's the first time I ever heard him sing without auto-tune. And I gotta tell you, T-Pain's a hell of a good singer, to be honest with you. A lot of club lyrics, but the way he sang it was freaking phenomenal. That was kind of interesting.
If I'm correct, didn't T-Pain hasn't he done some heavy metal covers? Or I've heard him sing. I think I've heard him sing some Ozzy songs before.
Really?
Yeah, T-Pain.
Pretty sure.
Years ago, he done The Masked Singer.
Yeah,
remember when he
I
did
do remember that.
He done the Masked Singer. He can sing.
Yeah,
I forgot about that. Damn, the Masked Singer. Because I do remember that. But no, yeah, I didn't. But again, I didn't. I guess I just slipped my mind. But yeah, the guy's phenomenal, man. I don't know why he does so much auto-tune. His natural voice is amazing. But yeah. Anyway, I just thought we talking about rock and roll. I just thought I'd tell you about that. It's something I found out today.
Yeah, just trying to stay warm, man. With the wind chill here in Indiana, it's about 0 right now outside, so it's pretty chilly. That wind, it's cold. We've got a special guest with us tonight, guys. We got Justin Grubb back with us. He's joining us tonight, so glad to have Justin with us.
Hey, Justin,
guys.
Hey, Justin, just saw your message. Yeah, 10 p.m.
Oh, yeah. I just wanted to make sure.
I just now seen it. I was watching that podcast and I had my phone on silent, so I didn't know that you messaged me back.
No, it's all good. I was just playing Call of Duty.
Okay, guys. Well, let's jump right into it. My first question is: what game or matchup, past, present, or future, would you want to be front and center for? Behind home plate, 50-yard line, front row seats. Chris, we'll go to you first.
That's easy. Next Monday, IU versus Miami national championship game. Be at that game, sit on the 50-yard line and watch that game. Never thought I'd ever see IU be a football school and be playing for a national championship. That, especially as of right now, that'd have to be my pick to be able to be at their moment, especially if they do what I think they're going to do and finish the job off and become one of the first teams to be 16-0 and national champions. Yeah, it'd be awesome to be there live.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree with that. Mine would be, I'm such a big pro wrestling fan. For me, it'd be front row WrestleMania. That would be, I haven't got to be at a WrestleMania yet either. So that would be for me. Jay, what about you?
Man, I got a couple of them, honestly. I'm a big history buff. I love history. So I think for me, if I could go back in time and be behind home plate when Babe Ruth was hitting at Yankee Stadium, especially with Lou Gehrig and all those guys playing, that would be freaking iconic. Like, I'd be beside myself just watching that amount of legendary stuff, But I'm also tied up because I would have loved to have been behind home plate when Nolan Ryan or when Robbie Ventura stormed the mound against Nolan Ryan, and Nolan Ryan put him in a headlock and started beating him up. I think that would have been phenomenal to see. But I think the one that Chris was talking about, the Indiana versus Miami game, just because of where that Indiana has come from, that would be amazing to see on the 50-yard line. That'd be amazing.
If I was going something in the past, it would have been to be at the Olympic trials the Olympic trials and the Olympics when the year Kurt Angle won the Olympic trials broke his neck, and then be there for the Olympic matches. That'd be something in the past that would be like a dream.
Okay, Justin, what about for you?
I have to agree with you, Tim. It's got to be WrestleMania. I've been to Royal Rumble. I've been to the Indy 500, the Brickyard. I've been to Notre Dame games. I've stormed the field at the 50-yard line and stood in the 50-yard line at Notre Dame Stadium. Yeah, WrestleMania.
We saw you at the
Okay,
Royal Rumble.
Yes, we did. Me and Chris have both been to a Rumble and a SummerSlam, but haven't been to a Survivor Series or WrestleMania yet. So I'm hoping before I pass away, I get to do those two things.
Heck yeah.
Guys, next question up. This was in the news just a little bit ago, so I want to get your guys' opinion on this. Ranger Suarez, this is a baseball question, signs a 5-year deal with the Boston Red Sox, $130 million. His record last year was 12-8 with a 3.20 ERA. Does this take Boston to the next level? Does this put them to win the division? They got a tough division, Yankees, Toronto. Chris, what do you think?
I'm not sure if it makes them win the division, but I definitely do think it puts them up there where it gives them a chance to compete for that division. If you look at that team last year, especially toward the end of the year, the Red Sox was playing some good baseball, but their pitching let them down. And Suarez is a pretty good pitcher. That's a big loss for the Phillies.
Yeah, I agree.
I think so. Yeah, I can't say that they're going to win the division, but I do think it gives them a good opportunity to compete and have a chance to win that division.
Yeah, I do too, because they've made some other moves that have not been too bad. Toronto's doing a lot, so I don't know. I think it puts them up there definitely with the Yankees, or maybe even past the Yankees. I'm not sure, but I don't know if they're going to have enough to get past Toronto. Jay, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there too. Because they just lost Bregman, so they lost that big defensive arm and bat at third base. So I think that kind of put them a step back. Actually, I put him a big step back. Ranger Suarez, I've seen him pitch, when he played against the Astros and things like that, and he has good stuff. I think he's a good back end of the rotation, maybe like third or fourth in the rotation kind of guy. He definitely gives them depth. He gives them a strong arm. He's not an ace, right? He doesn't have anything too, but 3.2 is still a damn good ERA. And considering, most others. Sonny Gray is a little older, so I think it was a better. I think the Ranger Suarez was a better pickup than the Sonny Gray was. I don't know, man. I still feel like Boston is still kind of a middle of the road kind of guy. If they would, I don't really know who their ace is at this point because I haven't looked at their pitching rotation enough, but. I don't know, man. For me, I still got the middle of the road. I don't think they've done enough quite yet.
I think Suarez will be the 1 or 2, in my opinion. Well, I don't know about maybe 1. I'm not sure, but I think definitely at least a 2. Justin, what about for you? What do you think?
I mean, I'm not really a big baseball guy. I don't watch a lot of baseball besides the Cubs. So getting Alex Bergman, I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, as far as Boston, I've always saw like most of your teams that have success in baseball, they've always had a good third baseman, they've always had a good first baseman, they've always had good pitching. Definitely adding him improves their pitching, but they lose lose some depth in third base. So I guess it's kind of like a double-edged sword because you can be really, really good without really good pitching. I mean, look at the Cubs last year. They went on that run and then pitching caught up with them and we struggled and didn't make the playoffs. So, yeah, I think they get better, but I don't know where they go from there.
Hey, what's up, House?
How's it going, House?
So Crochet was their ace. He's got a 2.59 ERA. So right now you look like you got Crochet, Sonny Gray, Ranger Suarez. Those are their 3 big pitchers, and then they do have Walker Buehler as well.
So that's pretty good. I mean, it's not bad stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. In your opinion, the greatest boxing match of all time.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Chris.
Well, you had to come to me first. Oh.
I'll switch it up the next round. I'll go first. Mine is Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier. That's for me.
Hey, no offense, but I think Chris is still over there watching that Joe Rogan Mellencamp.
No, I turned it off. What was which fight was that? What was the slogan or whatever for that fight?
Thriller in Manila.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. I couldn't remember. I didn't want to say the wrong other name.
I've seen a lot of great ones though. Leonard and Hearns. Duran had some great fights. There's been a lot of great ones. Jay, what about you?
You know, Rumble in the Jungle, baby. Don't you tell me it was some Foreman Ali. Humbate. What were they saying? Remember that? The whole damn country was going crazy over this mess, right? I mean, it was a hell of a fight, right? Foreman, Ali, battling it out. I mean, it doesn't get no much better than that. Two big-time heavyweights. And if you know George Foreman, this is the same dude at 60 years old, captured the title again. Hell of a good fight. Rumble in the Jungle, Ali, Foreman.
What I remember is Ali doing a promo, holding that rubber gorilla and punching it.
Saying, you remember that?
saying it's Joe Frazier on national TV. On ABC Wild World of Sports. I'll never forget that as long as I live. Justin, what about for you?
Well, you guys took my answer, so I'll have to swing and give you guys two different answers. So the first one is the ear bite, Tyson versus Holyfield.
Yeah.
And then the second one, Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul.
Okay. Yep, that was a good one. I like that one too. Okay. Next up, guys, you have $1,000 to place a bet right now on who's going to win the World Series.
Ooh.
Are you going to take most people would take the Dodgers, but you're probably not going to win a lot of money. Or you're going to try to win some money. You're going to take big odds. So let's go to Jay first. Would you put him on your Astros, Jay?
Yeah, here's the thing, and I think the last time we did this, I think Godson said if it's somebody else's money, I'm gonna go crazy. If it's my money,
yeah,
so
that's what I said. Yeah,
hey, it might even be this. I just know one of you guys. I'm gonna steal that one. If it's somebody else's money, then I'm swinging for the fences, you know. And if I'm swinging for the fences, maybe, I might look at a Boston to see if they make it with this new lineup, or. I might put my money on the Astros. I think the Astros, we barely missed the playoffs last year, and I got to imagine our odds will be still kind of down, and they actually would still have a chance with some of that people they're picking up. So I might take a chance on the Astros and maybe go middle of the row on that.
Okay, Justin, what about for you?
All right, so if it's Chris's money, I'm gonna bet on the Red Sox, and I'm gonna bet on the Reds to win the World Series.
Wait a minute, they gotta get there first, Killer. They ain't been there in a hot minute.
Hey, that's why I said if it's Chris's money, I'm betting on the Reds.
Hey, you get
how many World
odds
Series titles do the Houston Astros have?
Oh, see, here we go. I knew we were going to start this bullshit up. We're not talking about how many they have. We're talking about the chances of them getting there now. What does the history have to do with the present or the future, Chris? Let's just stay
history
in the
always
same time
repeats
zone.
itself.
I know you're on East Coast. I'm on Central Time, but let's try to get to one happy medium.
Well, I definitely think the Dodgers are going to be the favorite.
Yeah.
Shohei.
So, Justin, that's your guess? I mean, that's who you're going to go with, the Reds? I figured you go with the Cubs.
Well, it's not my money. Like, if it's my money, then yeah, I'd probably put it on the Cubs. But if it's not my money, and it's Chris's, I'm putting it on the Reds.
What about you, Chris? What you bet? Who you going to bet on? $1,000. It's been gifted to you, but you got to place a bet. You going to try to win big, or you going to go safe?
I'm probably going to go with a little safer and go with the Toronto Blue Jays.
I almost thought that. I just don't know if the odds would be well enough to really capitalize on that $1,000. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that kind of.
Well,
I thought about Toronto.
Chris can probably find what the odds are right as of right now.
I think that's what he's doing right now. Looking at them odds.
While he's doing that, I'll go to the next question and he can tell us. I didn't answer. I was thinking Toronto too. If not Toronto, I'd go with the cockroaches of baseball, Milwaukee Brewers.
Yeah.
So they're hard to kill. They're hard to kill.
Yeah, they definitely had that. They had last year's regular season down like a champ.
Yep.
They really did.
Okay, guys. Greatest band of all time. Now I know some people might like country. It can be if you're a country guy. If you think one of those is the greatest bands, whatever kind of music, who do you think's the greatest band in history is and music? I'll go first. They're not my favorite band, but I think because they've been around so long and everything, I'm going with the Rolling Stones. That's who I would go with. Chris, did you find the odds?
Yes. The Dodgers are the favorite at plus 260. Yankees are second at plus 1,000. Seattle's third at plus 1,200. The Blue Jays are fourth at plus 1,200.
I
So
definitely
still
bet
at
that.
$1,000, you're making I mean that's good money.
What,
Yeah,
does
that's
it
good
tell you
money.
what the Astros would be? Just out of curiosity.
Let's see. After the Blue Jays is the Phillies. Let me see.
That could change now with Suarez gone.
They got the Astros at one. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. They got them at plus 2,000 at 10. They got the Cubs at ninth, at the ninth favorite at plus 1,900.
Man, so if I put $1,000 on the 2,000 something odds, damn, I can't even do that kind of math. But I feel like that's a lot of money. I would.
They got the Reds at 17th,
Oh shit.
Okay. Yeah, we're back there.
plus 4,500.
Okay.
Hey,
I went
I'm
for-
making a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But even the
went
Blue
for-
Jays at plus 1,200, you're still making good money
Yeah.
for
Oh,
$1,000
yeah.
bucks. But yeah, the Reds, you'd be really cleaning up.
Are you guys surprised that they've got the Yankees in Seattle in front of Toronto?
I am a little bit.
I am.
Yeah,
I
given
guess-
the recent struggles of both of those two franchises, I mean, Mariners, this is the first time in a long time where they actually went out and got free agents. So, yeah, I'm surprised on that one.
Okay, guys, greatest band of all time. I went with the Rolling Stones. We'll go to Justin first this time. Who do you think, in your mind, is the greatest band of all time?
You're going to say Lady Gaga. Go ahead.
Justin Bieber.
Shadow. You know what she said?
No,
You know what she's saying when A Star is
Jackson
Born?
Five. Come on now. Oh,
Poison Deep Thought.
this is a tough one because I have a wide range of music. Metallica, Kiss, AC/DC, Brooks and Dunn.
Okay, you do have.
Which
Wide
version of
range.
AC/DC? Scott Bond or
Hey,
Brad
Billy Budd.
Johnson?
How do I know? I'm
Hey,
a
there you go.
90s
He don't know.
baby.
He over there Googling. Let's go to the next one.
I'm a 90s baby.
Billy Buzz. Billy Buzz is in the comments. Billy Buzz,
Ozzy?
greatest band of all time. Billy Buzz. Yep. Okay. Chris, what about you? What do you think?
Well, the Stones would be right up there for me, but you already said them. I would have AC/DC and for me, AC/DC and the Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters, good one too. That's not you
Forgot about
can't
the
go
Foo
wrong,
Fighters.
man. Yeah, I mean, just the musicianship of Dave Grohl by himself is.
I'm a big Dave Grohl fan.
It's stupid.
So
I mean, look what he did, man. He came off one of the most iconic bands ever with Kurt, and then he goes on and becomes even more iconic than Kurt was with the Foo Fighters. I mean, you can't. That dude is just stupid.
and then AC/DC, like they're one of the best. That's still one of the best shows I've ever been to.
Oh yeah.
And then they've just been able to stay relevant for so long. I mean,
Yeah.
Like they can still sell out stadiums now.
That's why that's why I went with the Stones, but AC/DC is in that category.
Well, like I said, I feel the same way about the Stones too. But you'd already, because I'm a big Rolling Stones fan as well.
Jay, what about you?
Yeah, mine's a toss-up between three bands for three different really reasons. Number one, I would say is Led Zeppelin. If you're not letting the lead out, I mean, you can't even get them in concert no more. They won't do it without John Bonham. They just will not tour without it. They may do a couple of one-offs, and if you can afford a one-off ticket to Led Zeppelin, you're a rich man. But just iconic, right? I mean, everybody knows Led Zeppelin. Everybody knows them. Everybody knows Stairway to Heaven, right? Everybody knows all that. My second one is, which is I have tied with them for various reasons, Ozzy and Ozfest and Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath is just another iconic band that's not ever going to go away. Just phenomenal musicianships and whatnot. And then my third one is I mean, he's right there equally tied with them, and you got to go with Queen and what Freddie Mercury did. I mean, that Live Aid concert and what he and the amount of viewership that he got from Live Aid was ridiculous. So, and he's a great performance artist. So those would be my three.
Okay, you talk about singers. That was my next question. Greatest singer of all time. I agree with you about the singer from Queen, Freddie Mercury. Also, big Steve Perry guy too. But for me, the guy that I really like, and I think he's underrated. I think he's as good as anybody, and that's Paul Rogers from Bad Company. I love Paul Rogers, man. I can listen to him forever.
You knew that's who I was going to say.
I didn't know that. I mean, he's not my favorite. My favorite singer is John Mellencamp, but he's not the greatest singer of all time.
How many times have we seen Bad Company? And
oh yeah,
man, every time you listen to that dude live, it's impressive. It's so
they're turning again.
Every time we've seen that dude live, he's been so impressive.
Yep. Well, Chris, we go to you next since you don't have an answer. So
yeah, that would be what you would do.
Okay, we'll go to Jay next.
In terms of his voice and what I really admired about it, I'm a big Chris Cornell fan. His voice and the way he can hit those high octaves. And I've seen him with Soundgarden and what he did with Soundgarden. I've seen him with Rage Against the Machine and how he could take, or not Rage Against the Machine, it was Audioslave, but basically it was Rage Against the Machine with Chris Cornell headlining it or lead singer of it, right? And then I saw him with on his own at the Shupert Theater in Connecticut, where he was just doing an all acoustic set. And I got the opportunity to go into his dressing room and interview him. And I thought it was interesting because, we got him into music. He was going down when he was a kid in high school, he was going down the street one day and there was a burned down house. And when he went into the house, in the basement of that house was a boatload of Kiss albums with Justin Grubb. I know you like Kiss. There was a boatload of Kiss albums, and that's how he got into music. But anyway, long story short, Chris Cornell is just a phenomenal guy.
Okay. Justin, what about for you?
Well, there comes a wide variety of music. One of the greatest singers, and I don't know if you consider, I don't know how you define it as a singer, but Marshall Mathers, Eminem, Slim Shady.
Okay. And that genre, I think he's as good as anybody.
He's a rapper, not a singer, but we're going to allow this to float by. You get a waiver, so we're going to allow that in.
I wasn't done yet. And then to add on like country, if we go to country, I'd say Hootie and the Blowfish or Alan Jackson.
Okay.
And then the rock, metal. Well, it's not metal, but rock. Freddie Mercury, like
Okay.
his voice.
It's unbelievable.
I don't know the exact. I think Billy was asking
Huh.
what city, where in Connecticut I
cool as
saw
well.
him. I don't remember the name of the city. I want to say it was Richmond, I think, but I just know the name of the theater was Schubert Theater. Versus concert, Peter Wolf. I don't know who's Peter Wolf.
He was lead singer of Jay Giles.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've never heard of him.
he was good.
Yeah,
when
he
we
put
saw
on
the
a show.
Thursday thing, he put on a hell of a show.
Yeah, he did.
For me, other than Rogers, I do agree with Billy with Robert Plant, but Kevin Cronin from REO Speedwagon.
Yeah.
He's always been somebody I enjoy listening to, and I've seen him live a lot as well. But yeah, so that'd be another one.
What's crazy is that, I love Kevin Cronin, but REO Speedway, my favorite song from REO is sung by by one of the other guys. I'm trying to think. Is it Back on the Road Again? I think that's the one. The one guitar player that normally he's not the lead singer. He said, and that's probably my favorite song by REO. Okay, guys.
Yes. Hey,
question.
Billy, you are correct. It was Schubert Theater. It's they're in New Haven on 247 College Street. I had to go back 15, about 10 years to remember that. 10 to 15 years.
Okay.
That's how long it's been.
Okay, guys. Next
Yeah.
question up. NFL teams getting rid of their veteran coaches like John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin. Guys, do you think this is the right move or the wrong moves for these teams, in your opinion? Chris, what do you think about the Harbaugh and Tomlin situation? Tomlin stepped down. I don't know if he was forced out or he just stepped down. I've heard he's not going to coach this year, that he wants a year off. So what do you think?
As the owners of the team, I think it's the wrong thing because who you gonna get this? You don't know if you can find anybody that's available, or if they are available to get. But for like Tomlin and Harbaugh, I think it's a good thing for Tomlin because that Pittsburgh roster needs basically overturned, and he'll go do TV for a year, then he'll be able to pick basically whatever job he wants. For Harbaugh, I mean, you still got a lot. I mean, that's a talented roster still. They just had to figure a couple things out and get guys to stay healthy. But they got there's a lot of talent on that roster. It's not like the Ravens are a bad football team. So for Harbaugh I think it was a better thing for Tomlin than Harbaugh because Tomlin's getting out of a situation where they're going to have to go into rebuild mode, and where the Ravens wasn't in rebuild mode. So, I mean, is Harbaugh going to be able? He ain't going to end up with a team that has that kind of roster to start out with. He's going to have to go build a roster probably where he already had a pretty good roster there in Baltimore. But to me, as owners, to get rid of them, to get rid of coaches like that. I can understand you can say maybe it went stale or this or that, but to get rid of coaches that have been there that long and have proven that they can do it, to go to the unknown and you don't know what you're going to get. Hell, we see coaches only last a year all the time and get fired. We just saw New England do it. So you just never know what you're going to get on the other side. So it'd be hard for me to have gotten rid of either one of them at this point. It ain't like you had a season where you only won 2 or 3 games.
In some situations, picking the wrong coach can really set you back. New England, they were very fortunate. They picked the right coach and everything's worked out for them. But picking the wrong coach and for a year or 2,
5 to 10 years, easy.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's a mistake, in my opinion. And I'm looking at it from a fan of the Colts who hasn't been really good in a while. I mean, both those teams have won championships. I know it's been a while for both of them, but usually they have winning seasons. Look how many teams struggle to even have a winning season. Look at the Cleveland Browns. Look at, the Commanders finally turned it around last year, but then they was back down in the dumps again this year.
Wasn't the Ravens just in the AFC Championship game a few years ago?
Yes. I mean, you got a lot of teams that keep looking for that coach and can't find him. So now you're giving up on a guy. I know both guys have been there for a long time. You might think they're stale, but they're proven commodities, in my opinion. And I think it's a mistake. That's just my opinion. Most people may not agree with that, but Jay, what do you think?
I just wanted to show real quick before I give my take. Hey, Billy. Hey, I don't know if you can see this, but that's a concert at the Schubert Theater that I went to, and that's a set list from the concert. Chris signed it for me. But anyway,
Hold on,
wanted to
put
show
back
you-
up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hold on.
So
let
that's
me move
so
this
Chris
up.
Cornell signed that for me back when I saw. Again, this is like 10, 11, 12 years ago. It's been a long time, but I appreciate it, Billy. Reminded me of New Haven. This has been a long damn time. Anyway, back to your original question, Harbaugh. Yeah, I it's hard. It's gonna be hard for the Ravens to find a coach like what Harbaugh brought to that team, but I think things got kind of stale for Harbaugh there with ownership and things like that. And sometimes it's just time to go to a new scenery and try out and refreshen your legs up a little bit. But it's going to be hard to replace there in Baltimore. As far as the Steelers are concerned, though, that really wasn't Rooney. Like Arthur Rooney, he came out and said that, hey, I didn't fire him. I was ready to run it back another year with them. But I think now that's what he's saying. Now we all know behind closed doors, maybe that's not exactly how it happened. Who knows? But for what he told the media was that it was just Tomlin that decided to step down and go someplace else or try something different, whatever that is. So, because it's very hard. I mean, I would not want to get rid of Tomlin. I think what Tomlin has done to have a winning season with all the craziness that they've had at cornerback, but yet still not have a losing season, that's really unheard of. And I really think Tomlin got in a situation where if he could have just had that quarterback, of the future, he would have been great. But when you're having winning seasons, it's hard to draft a good quarterback because you're always down there in the lower parts of it where the good ones are really gone. Maybe you get lucky, but it's very hard. So it was tough to see that. I'm sure he's got to take some time off. I think he's going to go to the booth at some point. But I think when he comes back, I'd be curious to see who he lands with. To be honest,
Oh, he'll be on TV. He'll be on TV. I wouldn't be surprised if he ain't on TV this weekend.
I wouldn't be surprised either. To be honest with you,
I would not be surprised if he's on one of the studio shows this weekend for the playoffs.
He'll have
Quick
his pick
question.
of teams.
And
Next year.
it'll probably be Fox because him and Jay Glazer are like best friends.
You know who they did saw on a commercial airline amongst the common folk was John Gruden. The
Really?
dude behind him is doing his hand like this while he's FaceTime or taking a picture or whatever. Could you imagine sitting next to John Gruden on a American Airlines flight to Pittsburgh? That would be insane to me.
Yeah, he could end up on NBC as well, Glenn. That wouldn't surprise me either.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think with Tomlin, part of that, if he really stepped down, I think a lot of it is that Pittsburgh roster is old, and they're going to have to basically go in rebuild mode. And I think
Did
I
you hear what Arthur Rooney said that? I'm glad you said it because Arthur Rooney said, hey, he's not going to rebuild. He hates the word rebuild. Okay. I think you're right, though, Gonzo. I think he does go to rebuild mode, even if he doesn't want to say it.
Yep. Justin, what about for you?
Yeah, I mean, at some point, you have to have the experiment of coach or players has to change. The culture has to change, and at some point, winning seasons don't matter if you're not getting to the playoffs and winning, or if you're not having success deep into the playoffs. I get where these owners are like, hey, we need a fresh face. We need a fresh culture, a new culture change, a change of scenery so that we can get the best we can out of the roster we got. Like, for example, the Baltimore Ravens, their option RPO run game team. Harbaugh's never really yes, he's built around Lamar Jackson, but he's never really had a quarterback like that. So it's been hard and it's struggled for him because he's always had a quarterback like Joe Flacco. So yeah, I at times it does call for a scenery. Harbaugh's going to end up somewhere. Most likely, he's going to probably end up in at the Giants, which that I think that'll be good for him. But yeah, I think at some point you got to fire the coach, regardless of the accolades or everything like that, to move on and get to where you need to go.
Okay. Guys, my next question is, and I'll go first on this because I've already done it. So you guys may have to get out your phones and look. I'll tell you the remaining teams left, but here's my question. Rank in order the NFL teams left in the NFL playoffs. I'll give you my teams. My number 1 team left is the Seattle Seahawks. My number 2 team left is the Rams. My number 3 team left is Denver. My number 4 team left is New England. My number 5 team is Buffalo. My number 6 team is Houston. My number 7 team is, this was tough for me to pick between these two. I went with San Francisco at 7, and I went with Chicago at 8, just because of lack of experience. But hell, who knows? They may surprise everybody and make it to the NFC Championship game. But I went with Seattle first with home field. I seen what they did with San Francisco the last time they played. I still think San Francisco's capable of beating them, but I'm giving the edge to Seattle. I think the Rams have a really good team. I got them second. Denver and New England, I've got third and fourth because they're younger teams. Denver does have home field advantage. That's why I went over them over New England. I got Buffalo fifth. I think they're a dangerous team. They're a team that definitely can make it to the Super Bowl if they get on it. But their defense can struggle at times, so that worries me a little bit. Houston with their defense, but their offense didn't look. I mean, I know they won the game pretty handily, but the offense didn't look all that great, especially the quarterback. A lot of mistakes. So if Houston can definitely beat New England, ain't no doubt in my mind. But the offense can't make no mistakes. If they run their offense, play decently, put up 20 points, 23 points, whatever, don't make any mistakes, they beat New England, I think. That's just my opinion. Because I think New England's going to struggle with that defense. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. But San Francisco, man, they got a lot of heart. I just don't know if they can get it done at Seattle or not. It's going to be tough. They got to get McCaffrey going. If they shut down McCaffrey, it's over. And then Chicago, what are you going to say, man? They've got 7 comeback wins in the fourth quarter, so you can't count them out. And the Rams, McVay is 0-2 in Chicago. So who knows? Jay, I think, man, this is going to be one of the better playoffs. And it already has been so far. The last games we had, 4 or 5 of them were fantastic. I think these games this weekend are going to be really good too. And so the next round and the champ and the Super Bowl, I think it's going to be great. Jay, how would you rank them?
Yeah, I agree with you, Tony. I think in a long time, this is probably one of the more competitive fields of teams that we've seen in a while. There's a lot of really, really super close teams, right? For example, I have Seattle at 1 as well. I think they're a very well-balanced team. And then you have the only thing that concerns me about Seattle is will they have both of their starting tackles there? Their starting tackles. If they had their starting tackles there, then that's going to be ferocious. But I have Seattle at 1. I have the Rams at 2. Again, both teams are very similar in terms of being well balanced. Both of them have good coaching staffs, things of that nature. So I got Seattle, Rams. Number 3, I probably would put the Broncos in there. I think the Broncos are another really well balanced team. And then after that, I would probably go Texans. I would go Texans, and then I would go New England. And then and then from New England, I'd probably go Bears and then round it out with the Bills. The reason why I put the Bills dead last is that defense just it's just not good. And they can't stop the run. And there's a lot of teams that are in these playoffs that have extremely strong run games. And I think that's going to be the one thing that bites them in the butt.
Well, Buffalo does play Denver, and Denver don't have a super great running game. So if Buffalo could shut that down some, it could be. But that Denver defense is very good. Chris, what about for you?
I got the Rams 1. I got the Buffalo Bills at 2. New England Patriots at 3. The Denver Broncos at 4. The San Francisco 49ers at 5.
Yeah, he has no belief in Seattle at all.
Seattle at 6. Houston at 7. And the Chicago Bears 8.
Chris, can I ask you? And I think I might know your answer. Why don't you believe in Seattle that much?
And I believe in them, but I still Sam Darnold. Still, I got to see that offense perform in big moments. I know a lot of people want to say he had his big moment the last game against San Francisco, but that wasn't a playoff game. That was to get the number 1 seed. I want to see. I need to see. I just haven't seen him do it in a playoff game, a playoff game yet, and we'll get that chance this weekend.
And I will say, man, the teams are really close. I mean,
oh yeah,
you go between Seattle, the Rams, Denver. You go to them top 6 or 7 teams. You know, it's very close. So I definitely
any of these teams could play two more great games and win or 3 more great games and win the Super Bowl. I mean, there ain't none of them that are unbeatable.
No, I agree with it. Justin, what about for you?
Yeah, I'm looking at this.
One more thing, and another reason. Sorry, but one thing. Another reason I had Seattle that low is because I agree with Billy. I think Seattle is going to lose to San Francisco this weekend.
Okay, Justin.
So I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to go from 8 to 1.
Okay.
So dead last, I put the 49ers. Injuries, like they just lost George Kittle. If Seattle shuts down McCaffrey, Purdy's not going to carry them. I'm sorry. I'm not a big Purdy fan. I'm not a big Mr. Irrelevant fan. At number 7, I would pick the Bears. 7 comeback wins. I've seen Caleb Williams play live. I watched how bad he is live. I still don't know why he's drafted number 1. And I'm always going to be a hater. So number 6, I'll put the Bills. They've struggled. I have not they've been up and down all year with Allen getting hurt. He's been banged up. They need to get their footing. They stuck out the win last week. And then I have the Texans at 5. Again, they had a struggling offense, but they played a great defense. It was a great defensive game throughout the game until basically the second half. Number 4, I have the Broncos. They're a young team, but you know they're going to have a big test against Josh Allen, who honestly I think this is his best chance to win and get to the Super Bowl, because he doesn't have Joe Burrow there. He doesn't have Patrick Mahomes there. He doesn't have Lamar Jackson there. He doesn't have all those other quarterbacks there. So I do think this is the best chance for Josh Allen to get there. Do I think he gets there? I don't know. I mean, you can pick anybody in the field of 8 right now besides the Bears. I don't think the Bears will get there. Anybody in the field of 8 right now could easily be in the Super Bowl. And that's what I love about these playoffs this year.
Yeah.
At number 3, I got Seattle. I really like this team. I love the revamp of Aaron Donald, and it just I don't know why I said Aaron Donald. Sam
Because we went
Darnold.
backwards. Should have gone forwards.
I know. I probably should. But the revamp of Sam Darnold, it just shows like sometimes a change of scenery can get you in the best situations. Number 2, I got the Rams. Honestly, I think this is the best Rams team. I think this Rams team's better than the Super Bowl team that they won in. I really like the way the offense looks with Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua. And then number 1, I believe in Drake May, the New England Patriots. I know a lot of people will hate saying that because as Indianapolis Colts fans or being from Indiana, you hate New England.
I think we all hate New England. It doesn't matter if
You hate
you're Indiana or not.
But I don't. I don't anymore. I believe in Drake May, and I really like Coach Vrabel and what he's built in New England, and I really do think that this is the best team in the AFC right now.
It could be.
Oh,
right.
real quick, I in my rankings, I did leave out. I'm glad you said that. I left out the 49ers. And for those reasons, but the reasons you gave with the injuries, especially Kittle not being there, maybe Fred Warner as a linebacker makes it. He's trying to make it. I don't know if he's going to get there. And like you said, I think McCaffrey, if you can control him or shut him down, that really takes him out of the game. So I got to put them last as well behind the Bears. I think the Bears are a little bit better, and that's only because of the injuries. And
Okay,
Glenn,
guys.
if you left out the Texans in your rankings, you may want to re-rank that.
Okay, guys. Number 9 question. We're about out of here. We got a couple more. Number 9, in your mind, in your opinion, forget about what the odds are and all that stuff. In your mind, who is the real NFL MVP this year? I'll give you guys mine. I've got 2, and I'll give you my reason why. I think Josh Allen. I think he willed that team to the win the other day. I think he's don't have a lot of help on that team. He does have a pretty good running back, but no defense. Don't have great receivers. I like Josh Allen, and then the other one is Christian McCaffrey. He's willed that team to a lot of wins, and with all the injuries and everything, I think Christian McCaffrey is one of the best football players in the game. So that would be my 2 picks. I know neither one of them are going to get it. I don't believe, but that's just in my opinion. Jay, what about for you?
Yeah, I mean, I get the McCaffrey thing. I do, because I think if you take him out of that, but you can say the same thing about Purdy. You take Purdy out, they ain't got nobody to run that offense either. So I think both of those kind of, it's almost like they'd be co-MVP.
They got a pretty good backup. Remember?
Oh, that's right. They're right. Mac Jones. Yeah, I don't
Decent.
know. I think Mac Jones right. I can't say nothing about Mac Jones. I mean, he has done good this year, and he has made the playoffs under Josh McDaniels back in the day. So I get what you're saying. No, for me, I'm still, I'm not going to go against Stafford. I think what Stafford's done this year is phenomenal. I think he's had a good year. I think what he did against the last game he played, I forget, against the 49ers, we put up the 3 touchdowns. I think he had the game-winning drive. No, I think Matt still has it. And I will say this, though. Drake May is not too far behind. I think Drake is really making a good case for himself.
Okay. Justin, what about you?
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that, you sit there and look and they can be basically they could be in the hunt of the MVP race. Like, you got Matthew Stafford, Josh Allen. I mean, really, honestly, I think Matthew Stafford, with him being up there in age and the team that he has, you could really build a case that he really deserves the MVP. And again, Josh Allen, like you said, doesn't really have a lot of help. They have a great run game, but the defense is lacking. The defense is struggling. They don't have really those wide receivers. Now they added Brandon Cooks, and I've seen
He had a hell of a game last week.
Yeah,
they've had adding Brandon Cooks definitely helped them. But yeah, I don't think if I had to really pick between anybody, excuse me, I'd probably say Matthew Stafford or Drake May. I mean, I'm looking at Drake May's stats right now. Quarterback rating of 113.5, 4,394 yards, 31 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. I mean, that's a hell of a season. So yeah, I say one of those two would be my pick for MVP.
Yeah, it was interesting how he put up 66 rushing yards on that last game he just came out of in the playoffs, the first round. So I definitely agree with you.
Chris?
Yeah, if I had a vote, it'd be for Josh Allen, because I think if you go just by most valuable to their team, and it's most valuable player, I mean, because really, if you look at Buffalo, it's basically him and James Cook. On the offensive side, weapon wise, it's Allen and
Well,
Cook.
besides the tight ends, but you don't know which
Yeah.
tight end's going to be healthy.
Yeah, you never know if they're going to play or not.
Yeah.
But I think I really think Matthew Stafford's going to get it, and I don't. I'm not saying he don't deserve it either.
No,
I would go with Allen because it's just that. But I mean, just face it. With all the media that votes on it, it's basically a narrative award. As what that the narrative is part of it, and like Justin said, Stafford's 36 years old. He's a little older, and a lot of these media
He's
members
way older than that.
Yeah,
He's 37. He's 37.
He's 36, 37. I knew he was right around.
Yeah, you're right in the right ballpark.
And, and then a lot of these voters are going to look and say, "Oh, Drake May, this is only his second year. He has plenty of opportunities to win the MVP." So, I think they'll give it to Matthew Stafford. But if I had a vote, my vote would be for Josh Allen.
And Gabe Davis isn't going to be playing. So you got that's what I think that Brandon Cooks really comes in as being invaluable, like what Justin was saying.
Okay, guys, we're down to our last question. It's kind of a 3-part deal here. The question is, what name comes to mind when I say this? When I say this, so my first topic is football. What name? When I say football, NFL football, what name immediately comes to your mind? That's the first part. Chris, what about you? Who comes to mind?
You say NFL football, Joe Montana. That's the first player I remember as a kid watching. So I always associated him with football.
For me, it was Gale Sayers. That's who I remember as a real little kid. That's I'm just being honest. Justin, what about for you?
Walter Payton and John Madden.
Okay. And what about you, Jay?
Yeah, for me personally, if we're just going by personal experience, what we grew up with, and for me, it's Roger Staubach. I mean, the Hail Mary pass was literally named, or he named the Hail Mary pass. He was the first one to really complete it. So for me, it's still Roger Staubach. But, other names like, Earl Campbell come to mind back in those days. Yeah, Larry Fitzgerald's a good one. And Madden, too. I mean, everybody knows Madden, right? So, yeah.
And the other thing that really comes to mind when the NFL football as a little kid was Monday Night Football. As a little kid, you got to remember the 70s because of Howard Cosell, Frank Gifford.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just because there wasn't no highlights back then, but the highlights were shown on Monday Night Football at halftime. My parents would let me stay up and watch the halftime show so I could see the highlights. And then I had to go to bed because I had to go to school. So, I I really remember that. Okay, guys. And I'm old as dirt. So, next one is NBA basketball. Who comes to mind? Jay.
Say that one more time because I was reading Glenn's comment about Brett Favre. Glenn, I know what you're talking about. I apologize. I got distracted.
Brett Favre.
Yeah, say it. Can you repeat it one more time?
NBA basketball.
Mm-hmm.
What comes to mind? NBA basketball. What name comes to mind?
Oh, for me, it's MJ. It's MJ. Again, that's the time period I grew up in. I mean, that was the best of our time at that time, in my opinion, during my period. See, I'm a little older than you guys, and the name that I always seen was Jerry West. Yeah,
because I'm older and that's who I seen a lot on TV. Lakers were really good back then. So, Justin, what about you?
Michael Jordan, Reggie Miller, Kobe Bryant.
Okay, Chris, what about you?
Larry Bird and then the second would be Reggie Miller.
And then the last one, guys.
Larry Bird being from Indiana, like when I was little, I remember like that was one of the first players I remember hearing about when I was real young. And then and then Reggie, as soon as I got old enough I started following the Pacers. And then, so yeah, them would be mine.
I already know Chris's answer for this, but I'm going to go first. Major League Baseball. First name comes to mind. Mine is Joe Morgan. He was my guy. We'll go to Chris next. What about you, Chris? I already know the answer. But
Charlie Hustle,
Yeah.
Pete Rose.
I knew that answer. And Justin, what about for you?
Sammy Sosa, Mark McGuire.
Oh, you like them steroid babies.
That's the era I grew up in. Barry Bonds.
But both of them should be.
Jr.
Hey, both of them should be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, I don't care. I still believe that. But Jay, what about for you?
Man, you know where I'm going, baby.
I know who you're
just-
going, man.
You can't even see it. Hold on.
I know where he's going too.
Hold on.
I know it's good.
Hold on. Let me. I don't want to touch it because it's very fragile. But if you can see that, that's my boy Nolan Ryan, baby. You
Whoa.
kicked the crap out of Ventura.
Well, yeah, I should have known Nolan Ryan, but I was thinking you was probably thinking about Babe Ruth.
Hey, listen, don't be talking about the Bay like that. Because I just love the legend of
Damn,
Babe.
I was completely wrong about what my guess was going to be.
Who do you
What
think
were
it
you
was
gonna
going to be?
say?
Trash can lid. You got to admit, that's a good one.
I'm mad at you because we still won a World Series.
Yeah, you did.
Go ahead and say 117 did cap. That's okay because we still got 2022.
Okay, guys, that's all I have for tonight. We appreciate everybody watching. Hey, tomorrow, got a lot going on. Let me remember the time. At 6:00, I will be on In Your House podcast. So check that out. We'll be talking AEW wrestling. Please check that out. At 8:00, I'll be on both these networks, GSR and ESEN. At 8:00, we'll be doing our Face and Heel Pro Wrestling Talk Show. And then we'll be back here at 10:00 with Thursday Night Blitz, 9:00 Central, 10:00 Eastern. And so we got a big show there. So, hey, appreciate everybody watching, and I hope everybody has a good night.
Can I say one thing before we get out of here?
Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to say this to Gonzo. Gonzo, when you talk about my Astros, this is the kind of comment that rocks the boat. This is what you got to say right here. Now that is creative, it is educational, and it is intuitive. Just
That didn't go with the question though. The question is, what do you think of? You don't think of Waste Management. You think of the trash can lid because you sleep with that trash can lid.
See, but everybody does trash can. You're like everybody else. Be different. Be like Glenn. Waste Management. I love it. It made me think, and that made me laugh. You can get out of here now. Good cop, Jim.
Okay.
Good job.
Anybody got anything else before we get out of here? Hey, Justin, thanks for coming on.
I appreciate
Texans.
it. Texans are
Yeah,
better
appreciate
than Cowboys. Thank you, Jay,
Oh,
for confirming that.
definitely were this year.
What you want me to say, Justin? That they're
They're
not?
better. They're better than the Colts too. So
From now on, you're Captain Obvious. When he comes on here, Captain Obvious. No more Justin Grubb. Yeah.
all right,
All right,
guys. Everybody have a good. Yep, go ahead, Chris.
Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room and at ESEN, and we will see you guys tomorrow.